Hey, good morning, Rudy. Hope I'm not too early.
Not at all. Come on in.
What time do you usually wake up in the morning?
I usually wake up in between 4:45 and 5:15 if my kids don't wake me up earlier.
How many kids do you have?
I got 3 too many.
That's a handful.
Yes,
what
sir.
do you do when you first wake up?
So I have my whole morning routine I'm doing my ice baths, I do my workout, my gratitude journal, and some meditation, and then I just get ready for the day.
I love the kitchen.
Thank you. Funny story. My wife actually remodeled it when I was in Cancun, so I came into this very nice surprise.
Where'd you guys meet?
We met in high school.
Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico. Best part of Mexico, Guadalajara.
That's awesome. What are you doing there?
I was actually making me a cup of coffee. You care for one?
I'd love some.
Okay.
So what are we doing today?
So today I actually have a really busy day at the office. You want to join?
I'd love to.
Let's do it.
How'd you get into real estate?
Well, that's a great question. I did it because about 20 years ago when we tried to buy a house, we needed a person to actually guide us through the process. So I want to be that person for the people that want to buy or sell a house. That's pretty much why.
That's amazing. Well, we have a busy day, so let's get to the office.
Let's roll.
When did you first move to Colorado, Rudy?
I moved here on September 2003. I was 2 months shy of being 18.
And what brought you to Denver?
I came in to visit my mom and my sister. They had been living here for about a year, and honestly, I wanted to see the snow for the first time.
Okay, controversial question. Ski or snowboard?
Good question. I used to be a skier, but about 3 or 4 seasons ago, I started snowboarding, and I absolutely loved it.
Have you broken any bones?
Who hasn't? Broke my collarbone, my tailbone doing my first solo skydive.
Any other sports you play?
I used to play indoor soccer. I haven't in a long time, but like right now I just work out.
What was the first job you got when you got here?
I used to be a barback, and then I became a bartender at Teddy's, which used to be the spot here in Denver.
Best experience working there?
I don't think I have a bad one. Like I was literally getting paid to have fun.
What's the best thing about living in Denver?
The best thing I would say, I love the fact that we have the 4 seasons of the year. Sometimes it sucks to have them the same day, but like we're close to lakes, the mountains. We don't have the beach, but you can't have it all, right?
And best place here in Denver?
That's easy. Red Rocks, best concert venue ever.
What's your favorite meal of the day?
I'm gonna go with breakfast. You can indulge, and you actually have the whole day to burn it up.
And what's your ideal breakfast?
I'm gonna have to go with what my grandma used to do. She used to make me chilaquiles with beans and sometimes throw in a very spicy michelada after a good party night.
When are you most inspired?
I would go with in the mornings, right after my morning journal.
Who's the person that you admire the most?
I'm gonna go with Kobe Bryant.
If you could bring someone back, who would it be?
That's easy. My tita, my late grandma.
And what would you guys do?
First off, I will give her the biggest hug ever. Tell her how much I missed her. I will take her to a sushi place where she can get the spicy guacamolito, like she used to call it. And, like maybe go to a concert afterwards and talk, have a good shot of tequila with her, and, like just enjoy her for one more day.
Who was your first client?
My first client, that was my friend Jose. We used to work together, and he was kind enough to actually trust me with the purchase of his first house.
And what did you learn from that client?
I just learned that it was gonna take the best of me to actually make it in this industry, and that I was probably gonna lose all my hair because of the stress.
Perfect. Let's get into the office and we'll talk more.
Perfect, let's go.
So, Rudy, how many siblings do you have?
So I have 3 sisters. One of them is also a real estate agent, and another one is a lender.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book, I would have to go with The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Why?
I think Paulo Coelho does a really good job at describing the journey that we all have to go through when we really want to meet our dreams or our goals. So, I don't know, it just hits me.
Describe your perfect day.
You know what? I'm a Colorado guy. I love it. I love the snow, but I have to say it will have to be a day at the beach, laying on a hammock, and then just drinking a margarita.
How would you describe yourself?
I think I'm a very fun and outgoing guy, funny, sarcastic, and of course, very handsome.
How do you think others would describe you?
I would say they would describe me as a very funny and an outgoing person, and more than anything, trustworthy.
What's the funniest way you've got a client?
Funniest way I got a client. One time I was running late to an appointment, and when I came into my parking spot, I actually hit the guy next to me. And he came out, knocked on my window, and was like, "Excuse me, you hit my car." So a few days later, when we met up, like they were talking, they said something about the market, and I ended up going to a listing appointment with them. And about a month later, we sold their house.
What advice would you have for agents trying to get into the industry?
You gotta love what you do, because a lot of people come into this industry thinking, I don't have to work as hard, or this is just fun. Honestly, I've never worked as hard in my life.
What advice would you have for viewers?
I would say, like whether you're thinking about buying or selling a house, make sure you look for professional advice, because whatever happened to your neighbor, to your sister, to your brother, or your coworker, it's not necessarily what can happen to you. Everybody's different, everybody's needs are different. So make sure you look for professional advice, and that way you can take an educated decision.
Amazing. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being a part of this interview, Rudy. And I look forward to talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you. And stay tuned for what's to come.